Sports Talker Nation, welcome back once again. It's your host, the G-Man, as we continue with our 2016 NFL Draft review. Today we're going to talk about those Cincinnati Bengals. So Bengal Nation, led by my good friend Mikey the C out there. Let's see how your boys did. Who would have thought that when it comes to the draft, the Bengals are just looking to patch holes? They're a good team now. They've had some playoff struggles, and last year Dalton got hurt, and then they got jobbed of a game, but with McCarron. But they're a good team. They're not looking to overhaul. They're not looking to be in the top 5. They're down in the 24, 25 range where they belong, and they know what to do, and they've become a good organization under Lewis. Now, I think he's probably going to get fired very quickly if he doesn't start getting a little playoff help. But overall, they're a team that is not the sham of an organization they used to be. They probably should have at least one Super Bowl under their belt by now, if not for the great Joe Montana. But I digress. Let's talk about current day. So at 24, they picked William Jackson, the cornerback out of Houston. I don't love him. A lot of other people do. He went right where he belongs, so I can't call him a reach. But I just don't happen to love him as a player. I think he's instinctual, but I don't think he showed great hands. I think he's athletic. So I think they can probably find a good role for him right away. And their D-backs are a little older, so I do think he'll play some. But I think they could really use some help at that, more depth than anything else. The next selection they had replaces Marvin Jones, and I think is better than Marvin Jones, and that's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd was my number 2 wide receiver. I thought I was the only person who liked Tyler Boyd, again, just like Mackenzie Alexander with the Vikings. I was wrong. They drafted him in the second round. He went after about 5 receivers. To me, he's the second best receiver. Had a tremendous opening year with Pitt. Got a little worse every year. But this year they moved him around. They ran him on sweeps. They tried to get him the ball more. They just changed their offense so dramatically. It was run-based, so he didn't have the opportunity. I think he's a hell of a player. Nick Vigil, I think, is a little bit of a reach there. I think he's a limited athletically guy. I think he's going to have to play on the inside for lack of foot speed. But I'll tell you, he hits like a ton of bricks when he hits. I just wonder if he's going to have the speed to get there to hit in time. I also think he's going to be a liability in coverage, so I think he's a bit of a reach there. That said, Andrew Billings, defensive tackle in the 4th round, I think is excellent value. I think he's a rotational player in the NFL long term. I think he might be a starter long term, but I think he's long with strong arms. I think on the inside he can actually generate a little bit of a pass rush. I think he's going to help. 5th round, they take a guard in Christian Westerman. Not too much to say about it. They're just looking for depth at this point. So they're looking for a depth offensive lineman. Maybe he makes it, maybe he doesn't. But why not take a shot? 6th round, they took Cody Core. I know nothing about Cody Core. I wish somebody smarter than me would tell me something about him. But the Bengals have a fleet of wide receivers, so I imagine it's going to be difficult for him to make that team. Lastly, and I'm probably going to say his name wrong, but it's Clayton Fejedelem. Fejedelem would be my guess. Somebody else can correct me on that for sure. And because I don't even know how to say his name, you can imagine I don't know anything about him. But that said, I think they picked up at least 2 players in this draft, up to 4 players in this draft that can contribute right away. That's all you're looking for. You're picking that low in the draft. You don't have any gaping holes to fill. I give them a nice solid B for their draft. Tyler Boyd, I think, is a tremendous, tremendous upside pick. I do worry a little bit about Nick Vigil's foot speed to be able to get there. But I think overall they did an excellent job. So my friend Mikey to see, you'll be happy to know, even though they didn't get your boy Sterling Shepard from Oklahoma, I think Cincinnati did just fine, and I think they're positioned well for the future. So with your 2016 team-by-team NFL draft review of the Cincinnati Bengals, I'm the host of G-Man, and I am out.